Yes, and welcome to a very wet and very windy Central Park. It was feared at 1 o'clock earlier that this pitch would be unplayable. Such was the amount of water lying on top. But those spectators are in store, I think, for a good 80 minutes. Thanks to groundsman Derek Jones, who arrived here at 6 a.m. this morning, did some good work with his fork and spike, and at last we have this Regal Trophy semi-final tie. And two captains there, Jonathan Davis for Widnes on the left, Shane Cooper on the right. I'm sure will offer good Christmas fare. St Helens in first position and Widnes in third in Division 1. Saints coach Mike McLennan selected his heaviest pack, I think, for this battle in the mud, preferring Bernard Dwyer at hooker instead of Paul Groves. And if those heavyweight forwards, Ward and Mann, can get going in the middle, then two young centres, Connolly and Hunt, can show the paces. And I think for that reason, Widnes skipper Jonathan Davis will surely rely at standoff on his boot. He'll want to take advantage of the strong gusts of wind that are hurtling down Central Park here. And if that Kiwi trio, Sorensen, Famalo and Coloto, can get running, well, the battle of the packs should be very interesting, John.
Well, I think it's a great game coming up, Ray. It's interesting to note both hookers, both established hookers, are on the bench, and they're both very lively customers, and to bring them into the game after a little while could be a winning stroke from either coach.
So, referee John Holsworth to get the game underway. Phil Beavers. Widnes traditional colours, white with the rather natty black V and black shorts. And of course, as I said, torrential rain here in southwest Lancashire for the past 48 hours. The pitch very heavy, the River Douglas that flows just below us here in the main stand at Wigan, really in full flow. Paul Hume, and I think referee John Holsworth will be wanting to keep these sides well apart, John, won't he?
Well, I think they have, but Jonathan Davis spied a little bit of room on the blind side there and took a quick tap, but if the sides can stay apart, we'll see a little bit of rugby league.
And I think what we will see is a lot of slip possession like that. Everything okay down on the bench there, Alec?
Yes, it's very cold and it's very windy down here, and it's going to look as though this is going to be a really exciting game. The Christmas spirit has obviously come early. Both sets of forwards look as though they're going to get stuck into this game, and that's where I think this game will be won.
Well, it looks cold down there, I must say. But all credit to the supporters of both sides. This morning we didn't think there'd be such a good crowd, but they've joined in the festive season. And it's Les Holiday already, number 13 there for Widnes, on the blind side. Widnes appearing in the 12th semi-final, and St Helens their 9th semi-final of this trophy. Ibosi Coloto, he'll be used to this, the lad from Wellington. I think our viewers in New Zealand will wonder, those who go down to Carlow Park in autumn will wonder what all the fuss is about when we talk about rain and mud. Bishop. It'll be very difficult for these forwards to keep hold of the ball, John.
Well, I mean, they get paid to hold on to the ball. I'd expect them to be able to hang on to the ball okay on a day like this, but usually the guys that have got a little bit of a step, they're the ones that give you a bit of trouble. It's not the straight ahead guys, because you know, there's not going to be a lot of room in the middle of the rucks.
And a penalty there against Widnes. Looked like Ibosi Coloto for the use of the elbow illegally. John Holsworth very firm.
Coloto's just come in high over the top there, and there wasn't a lot of contact, but the referee saw a penalty into it.
Rapati. Plenty of Kiwis in this game. Tia Rapati, Shane Cooper for St Helens, and of course that pack trio for Widnes, Sorensen, Famalo, Coloto, and Kevin Ward, former Great Britain prop, powerful player. Dwyer, Forber, having a grand season this year, Paul Forber, number 12, in his testimonial season.
Yeah, he's a player, Ray, that was probably advised to give the game away last season, and it's good to see him come back and for his form to be so good.
That's a good high ball, always in these conditions, well left. By Marlowe, very quick drop forward from Wellington. Big play.
It's just one of those coaches' nightmares to know which way to run in conditions like this. You know, you don't know whether you take the wind and take that advantage, or whether you're better off to save it up for the second half and then come home with the wind behind you, Tim. It's always a point of discussion.
Good start here. Darren Wright pots inside now to Alan Tate. He's got men on the outside. Courier looks for support. He looks for Davis. Uses the long ball to Darren Wright. Oh, that's a magnificent effort in these conditions. Widnes, literally through caution to the winds, delight their fans, and a smile on Darren Wright's face. 10th try of the season, and what a try in conditions like this. We thought it would be a battle in the mud between these forwards, but not here today.
No, Andy Courier's had a little bit of space up the blind side. He brings the ball into the centre of the field to see if he can pick up a straight runner, and he's seen Wright out to his left. It's a great long ball. He gave it a bit of air, and the player's got good speed and does the rest.
Certainly the pass in midfield here, John, wasn't it, that really opened up that gap on the outside. What, 30 yards?
Yeah, it was a great long ball, but he needed a straight runner and he found one, and it's good to be able to get some points on the board at this stage, because, as we said earlier, with the conditions, the game will tighten up at the end.
And this pitch will certainly churn up underneath. So, Jonathan Davis, 65 goals. 178 points this season, and of course just 5 points short of the magical 1,000 figure since his entry into rugby league. One of the great stars of World Rugby League now, a prolific point scorer. And I think having some trouble with that wind, I think he may have to call upon one of the Widnes players to help him to steady it. So, another chance. It's there! I thought he was going to go out to the left, but no, it just curled in. Used that wind superbly, did Davis. So, 2 more points. Widnes 6, St Helens 0.
Yeah, he curved this ball in. He used natural flight of the kick, and it's a windy day, and he's a good goal kicker, Jonathan Davis. They've got 2 very good kickers in their team.
So, 6 points in 6 minutes. Widnes looking confident enough at least to throw that ball around. But a long, long time to go yet. St Helens, a dismal record here in Regal Trophy semi-finals. Lost on 7 occasions, just once in the final. Any tactics, Alex, from the bench there?
Well, the tactics, as far as St Helens are concerned, that they've got a strong wind and they must use the wind. But I'm very, very impressed in these early moments there with the Widnes pack. They're driving, they look more eager, they're making a lot more space, and they're really taking the St Helens 6 on.
And there is one man, 36 years old, Kurt Sorensen. Tremendous forward in his time. Saints using these big forwards, and they don't come much bigger than this lad, John Harrison, 6 foot 7 inch, ex-Parkside Amateurs. Man, very quick, speedy Kiwi, likes to run wide on the outside. Ward again, he likes to keep close to the rucks, does all the hard work.
Yeah, they complement each other well, don't they, Ward and Mann? One's a wide running forward, and in George Mann and in Kevin Ward, we have a good old style tight forward that likes to churn the ball up the middle.
forwards will like to take the ball up the middle. Nothing that a forward likes better than mud and crashing through like that. Sorensen again. Davis, one man with the extra yard of pace. Oh, almost an interception, but another 6 tackles. A good forward battle, Alex, already taking place.
The nice thing about this game is the way that both sets of forwards know that making yards is very, very important. Jonathan Davis, he knows that he'll have a good kicking game, but probably in the second half and not in his first half.
Courier, tall lad to put down. And problems already. I think the knee of Paul Bishop caught Andy Courier on the head. Accidental, I think. But Mr. Holsworth, very, very firm. Especially in conditions like this, he won't want any problems. I think Paul Bishop knows what he's done.
Yeah, here we see Bishop. He's throwing his feet around in there, and his, trouble's never far away from Paul Bishop. He always likes to get involved with the biggest guys on the field as well.
I remember his dad, Tommy. I think you played with him, John, didn't you, at Cronulla in Australia?
Yeah, I certainly did. And they're both very good players, and they like to be in the thick of the action, but they both fancy taking on the bigger players in the opposition.
Not to be recommended. But Widnes now on the attack. Sorensen again. Very, very strong wind against Widnes here. Faimalo. Widnes keeping this ball very close now to the ruck. Holiday. Just 10 minutes gone. Still Widnes leading by 6 points to 0. The Darren Wright try, the Davis conversion.
Just getting back to that win, Ray, like I said, it's always a topic with the coaches, whether you take it or go, or you don't. Now St Helens are behind on the scoreboard. Well, they probably don't want to kick the ball away too much, but really, if they don't start kicking it soon, they'll lose the bit of advantage that they have with the win.
Well, it surprises me, John, they've played, 4 tackles here now with, 35 yards from their own line, and literally, there is a gale behind them, isn't there?
There is, Ray, and when you get behind on the scoreboard, you just don't like to give the opposition the ball, but they've got to start to kick the ball soon. So they just tried to run the ball again on the 6th tackle without, and they could be down in the Widnes 22 without any problems at all.
So everything going well, Widnes' way. Davis, look for that sidestep, look for the gap, but not there. George Mann kept a good eye on this Welshman. Hume to Holiday, good ball to Alan Tate. He's got space, he's got Courier with him. Oh yes, the gap was there. Andy Courier in again. These two centres playing havoc with the St Helens defence. It was the ball from Les Holiday, but Alan Tate came through it like an express train, and Andy Courier finished off. Powerful runner, strong runner.
Yeah, here's Holiday. He just jinked back inside there, and like you said, hit Tate on the burst, and Tate kicked clear of a tackle. Andy Courier on the burst, got great speed, Andy Courier, and it's another 6 points.
Yes, it is. Just watch Les Holiday here. Lovely distribution there. Tate comes onto that ball just at the right time. Courier, and then it's a chase. But of course, he has the advantage on Alan Hunt, and it's a clear try. 10 points to 0. The kick to come. And normally an easy kick for Davis, but of course in this wind, swirling about, gusting in his face. Pressure in the semi-final. But I think this little Welshman has had enough pressure in his career so far. As you can see, real problems with this wind, isn't there?
Yeah, there's plenty of problems with the wind, but I wouldn't mind betting Jonathan Davis could backheel this one over, right?
Well, I wouldn't bet you. Well, he misses it. He misses it. And I could have won a few bob off you, John Morney. I could have won a few bob off you.
I'm always a good judge of a goal kicker.
Just look at this. I said about pressure. I talked about the wind. And of course, let's not forget the conditions underfoot. Perhaps we expected too much of a kicker, John, at this stage.
Oh, no, he should kick those, Ray, regardless of the conditions.
Well, Alex, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that's like falling at the first fence at the Grand National. That was a really bad miss for Jonathan Davis. I think what he was trying to do is make sure he hit it as hard as he could and never got the, up high enough. But I do believe now that Widnes really spotted a gap there. Paul Forber went in to take a man. There was nobody there. Alan Tate was in support, and that's a tremendous start for Widnes.
So, John Holsworth wanting to restart. Phil Beavers to oblige. And again, kicking the ball along the floor, I think looking for a possible knock-on, but Coloto does the sensible thing, taps it with the foot, and then played this big, powerful Tongan. Richie Ayres. Widnes Tigers, local player. Sorensen. Good ball from Sorensen. Richie Ayres. This Widnes pack really presenting problems, John.
They are, and they've had a few players out lately. Coloto's been out, and Richie Ayres, and I feel they've missed Richie Ayres. I think he's a very underestimated player, and now they're back at full strength in that pack, and they've got a player like Mackenzie sitting on the bench. They're forced to be reckoned with.
Mike Riley, youngster, lad from Widnes Tigers. St Helens wing, been injured 2 or 3 weeks. Nice to see him back. George Mann. Certainly if this number 10 for St Helens could get half a break, he's very, very quick for a prop. Ward. Good ball to Bishop. Now then, some space. No support. And the penalty, yes. Mr. Holsworth, the judging there that Les Holiday was holding Bishop down, stopping him from playing the ball. Of course, a professional tactic by the defenders. It enables the forwards to get back in position, and I think we can see the difficulties there for goal kickers. Paul Bishop there having to wipe the mud off his boot. Just imagine trying to kick a goal in a semi-final in conditions like that.
Holiday's the second player on top here, and he's just forcing the issue a bit. He won't get off. He's trying to stall in the tackle and keep the player down. The referee's right on top of that sort of thing lately, and you can't get away with it. They've got to release the player.
Paul Bishop, 31 goals this season.
Would you like a prediction on the kick, Ray?
Yes, I think he'll kick this one, John. I think he'll kick this. He's got a strong enough wind behind him. No, he misses it.
I could have told you that, Ray.
I'll keep quiet, John. So Paul Bishop then, not the best of kicks this time. Of course, he did have a very strong wind behind him, but 16 minutes gone, 10 points to 0 for Widnes. Shane Cooper. Forber. St Helens forwards running a little better now, taking the ball, coming from deep. Cooper again and Bishop at the hub of things, directing operations. But good defence from Widnes. Good tackling there, David Hume, Richie Ayres. Ward. Making ground, Kevin Ward, I think. Handling out of there by Shane Cooper. Alex, I think players having real difficulty with these conditions now.
Side, the way that Widnes are clamping the man on the ball and not allowing St Helens to release the ball in the tackle like they like doing. But I'm just wondering at the end of the game, will those 2 goal kicks prove costly?
And a head-high tackle. High tackle from George Mann. John Holsworth says, look, he puts the beady eye on him. Not too malicious, but just watch it.
Yeah, there's definitely a swinging arm in the tackle here, and it's George Mann gets his tackle up above the shoulders, which is not allowed, and he was rightly penalised for it. And
we see Davis there counteracting the very, very strong wind by placing the ball on the floor. Sensible tactics. I would think, Alex, that the Widnes coach, well, I was going to problem here. Yeah, I think Alex, the Widnes coach Frank Mile, will be very, very pleased with a 10-0 lead against this win.
Well, we've got a very happy Widnes bench here, and not only that, I think because Widnes at this moment in time have got the better game plan. Their forwards are ruling the roost, they're taking the ball short, they're tackling well, they're not making too many mistakes, and they're not allowing St Helens to move the ball out wide. I think Widnes are playing the right tactics, and they're doing it very well.
So, and defending well. Holiday there again, Faimalo, Richie Ayres, good tackling stint. That's what you need in these conditions. Bishop to man. Well spotted by Coloto. Straight in that big number 11, the Tongan. Bernard Dwyer, good play. Vivers, this is good from St Helens. Hunt.
Okay, lead in there. Let him go.
St Helens just won this trophy once against Leeds back in 1988. And that's the tactics really that Bishop should be employing. Oh, excellent kick. And that's what you were advocating, John, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think that's on the first occasion that I can remember St Helens kicking the ball in this half. And with the wind behind them, they've got to start kicking the football.
Well, John, we can see there the amount of possession that Widnes have had, and they've certainly made good use of it.
Yeah, we can see by the bottom graph that they've played a lot of their rugby league up in the St Helens half, and that's what you've got to do when you've got a share of possession like that, 67% to 33%. You've got to get the ball down the other end and use it like they've used it, and they've got the points to prove it.
And there seems to be a little bit of a argument between Bernard Dwyer, the two hookers, and Paul Hume, two very strong lads. As we said, the two regular hookers, Paul Groves and Mackenzie, on the off, and both look to be going to the sin bin for 10 minutes. So, no messing. Mr. Holsworth won't stand any trouble, won't stand any problems. So Dwyer and his opposite number, Paul Hume, sin bin. So both sides now down to 12 men. Davis just helping his forwards out there, taking it at acting halfback. Risky ball there, but it did well to Holiday. Good ball handler, this Les Holiday, £100,000 buy from Halifax 3 seasons ago. Just 20 minutes gone, and Widnes certainly be very, very happy against this very, very strong wind. Davis electing to run. Well taken by Anthony Sullivan. Mike Riley. Good run, Paul forward. He's got the break. No, good tackle by Jonathan Davis, the ankle tap. But St Helens now on the move. Cooper, good kick. Well covered by Sarsfield.
That was a much better sick for St Helens. They played out their 5 tackles and intelligently kicked the ball into the opposition's 22 on the late in the tackle count, which is what they've got to start to do if they're going to get back in this game.
These Widnes forwards slipping this ball superbly. Gets it away now with a forward pass. Forward pass to Mark Sarsfield, but I must say I am impressed by these Widnes forwards. They are slipping the ball, they're moving it well, they're getting it out wide, and that's where the danger is. Both of those two hookers, Alex, everything okay down there?
Yes, it's quiet on the bench. It's a season of goodwill, and I think there's not much goodwill about on this side of the bench, Ray. But the rugby league is a very physical game, and these two lads are playing to get into the final. I'm very, very impressed when Widnes have the balls in the hand. Obviously, St Helens are not doing the kind of football they'd like to do.
But we know what football St Helens can produce, and there's George Mann almost working himself loose. Best attacking position now for the Saints. Cooper. Viva's beautiful ball to Connolly. Connolly! This youngster had a game for Great Britain against Papua New Guinea earlier this season. Just come back from ankle ligament trouble. Bishop going for the line. Can he get over? He's lost it. He's lost it. Not the biggest of men, Paul Bishop. Barely more than 5'5". But certainly he can wriggle, he can move, he can get through a gap.
Yeah, he's hard to handle, especially out of dummy half, and he keeps his feet going here, keeps those feet pumping up, and he was looking for an inside spin there, but he couldn't get over the line and lost the ball.
Tate coming away, looks for support, but quite content to hold on to the ball. Having a good game, Alan Tate, this full-back. Well, no, he's giving a penalty. Well, and he's giving 10 yards against Kevin Ward, but I must confess I'd like to see the replay of that, John, because I thought there was no one behind to play the ball, and Kevin Ward did right to dive behind.
Well, he's entitled to dive around there, but the point was he in the marking position directly in front of the player playing the ball? So there's Ward, number 8, and he gets up, takes his position. Well, he doesn't take his position in front of the play the ball, which is what the penalty was for.
So, Widnes back in command. David Hume, 12 seasons at Widnes. The scrum half, number 7. Holiday. Richie Ayres. And of course, you can't steal the ball. One of the new laws at the beginning of this season. You can't steal the ball. So a penalty against St Helens. And what will Davis do? Will he put this ball in the corner? I should think in these conditions and against this wind he will. And that's a good kick, deliberately keeping it low here now. 10 yards from this St Helens line. Just 15 minutes left in this first half. And he's given a scrum because, John, I think...
Well, it's not a new rule, it's an old rule, but you must place the ball on the ground and then play it with the foot. And the English players, I noticed when I came over from Australia, that they have the habit of not releasing the ball from their hands. They just tap the ball while it's still in their hands, and that's the referees have picked teams up this year on it.
Mr. Holsworth says that the hooker, of course, Bernard Dwyer, missing from that St Helens scrum, and he won't have any back chat, so another 10 yards. Widnes on the attack. So Mr. Holsworth being quite a stickler here on the laws, and why shouldn't he? Holiday looking for support. Desperate defence here from St Helens now. David Hume. Not playing the ball correctly. Well, John, we've just seen, what, 3 or 4 very silly penalties, haven't we, from both sides?
Yeah, there's a couple of technicalities there too. I mean, I can't be... I don't say I'm a great admirer of the referees when they start picking up little technicalities like he's been in the last few minutes.
So, Kevin Ward driving in. A battle between those two giant props, Sorensen and Ward. And here's another man, Harrison. Having a good game, number 8, Kurt Sorensen, John, for Widnes.
Yeah, well, he's a good forward. He's played a lot of top-class rugby league, and he's always in the thick of the action.
Connolly. That's a good shape, spider party. Good play. Perhaps a little too early. Perhaps passed a little too early there to Mike Riley, but it's Saints on the attack. A kick and a chase, and it's Jonathan Davis with a race to the line. Here's a chance for the Welshman. Can he guide it over? Does he or does he not? It's up to Mr. Holsworth. Mr. Holsworth looks to his touch judge and he says no. He says no. Jonathan Davis thinks he scored the try, but it was a difficult kick, that last one. The ball stopped a yard before the line.
Yeah, Jonathan Davis keeps the ball on the toe here, and it's a very touchy situation. He's got one more kick. Perhaps he should have taken the dive there, but Whether he had the ball under control or not, that's the decision the referee had to make.
Well, certainly the referee looked to the touch judge for assistance, and the touch judge said no.
What we've got in Australia at the moment, Ray, is we have in-goal touch judges, and if the English League followed the Australian rule and introduced in-goal touch judges, yeah, touch and go, whether he controlled the ball or not, that would be the decision.
It looked almost like he bounced it to me, John. But nevertheless, it doesn't count. It's still 10 points to 0 for Widnes. Alan Tate. But Widnes using this ball well in midfield. Hume to Davis. Oh, and there's a high tackle again, and it's man. And he's signalling that it was a flat hand, but of course he has been warned once already, George Mann.
Yeah, that's his second high tackle, George Mann. Jonathan Davis very good on his feet. He crops off the left foot. George Mann throws out his left arm and catches him with the open hand, but certainly a high tackle.
So George Mann lucky to be staying on, but referee Horsworth judging that he held the shirt collar. But nevertheless, it's Widnes on the attack, plenty of action. Oh, there's a good try here from Faimalo. He shrunk straight through the line. This powerful blockbuster from Wellington. They'll be delighted at the Upper Hook Club there in Wellington. 25 years old Faimalo bursts his way through. Tremendous effort. Just came out of the blue. Took advantage, I think, of that incident with Jonathan Davis.
Yeah, it was a great short ball here. It's Holiday with a nice little short pass there to Faimalo. He just gets rid of Shane Cooper. Very poor effort at a tackle, and just bursts his way through. But nice little short ball. It's body contact there with no arm wrap or any leg drive, and Faimalo does the business. He's got nice little short steps and powers his way over.
Now then, no bets, but we'll just see whether Jonathan Davis can kick this one. Davis now needing just 3 points for his first 1,000 points in rugby league, and there are 2 towards them. So Widnes increase that lead, go further in the lead, 16 points to 0, facing this gale force wind, 31 minutes gone. And the gentlemen from the sin bin making their way on the field again, Bernard Dwyer and Paul Hume. And there's the try scorer, Assini Faimalo.
I might nearly have, taken a chance now, Ray, if I was coaching either of these sides, and sent the hookers back out rather than the hooker forwards that they've got out there now. Both teams on their bench have got 2 hookers that are very good at getting out of dummy half.
There's Holiday, good left-footed kick, puts the pressure on Phil Beavers. That's a good ball. Youngster Mike Riley here showing plenty of fire, but St Helens really need to get the ball going, looking for support. Back to Kevin Ward.
They've really got to hit back, haven't they? They've got to hit back very quickly, St Helens, if they want to stay in this game. They need some points, and they need them now.
And they certainly need to keep down in this 25 yards earlier. Any message, Alex, coming through from the Saints bench?
Yes, I think the tactics will have to improve. They're very basic and very poor, in my opinion. That was a dreadful effort as a tackle on behalf of Shane Cooper. Faimalo just picked him out and run past him as though he wasn't there. But you've got to give Widnes credit. They're playing to the conditions. The forwards are taking the ball up. They look a yard quicker than the St Helens back, and I think they deserve to be in front.
Paul Hume now back on Kurt Sorensen. Seems unbelievable that this man played his first test rugby back in 1975, 16 years ago. A testimony to his fitness. Fifth tackle, tricky kick in this wind, but Davis gets it way well. Well picked up by Riley. And again, Davis picks it up now then. He's got Darren right. Paul Hume. Good strong driving run from Hume. A lot of our viewers will remember him in that third test when he was pushed into the hooking position against Australia in 1988, and we won. So being held down again, Mr. Holsworth just checking his watch, but still plenty of time for this attempted goal from Davis.
Yeah, it's Paul Bishop again. He overplays it at the play the ball and lies down and lies on. Actually, I think that's that offence is good enough for the sin bin as well.
Paul Bishop, the gentleman who gave the penalty chance to Jonathan Davis. Very lively, very fiery customer. So Davis seeking 2 points. And he misses it again. Really bad conditions here for kicking when a goal kicker of the quality of this man can't put them over from in front of the post. It makes you realise how bad conditions are. But 34 minutes gone. Widnes coach Frank Myler, I'm sure, delighted with that score. And a forward pass. That was a forward pass, John, but I think what is interesting, Les Holliday's having a good game in midfield. He's slipping the ball time and time again, isn't he?
Yeah, Holliday's got a good little left foot step and a bit of a jink, so instead of taking the ball up, he can jink off the left foot. Jonathan Davis just hooks this one, and you can see the wind get hold of it here like something, and it's off the post.
Bishop. I mean, really, John, it would pay St Helens to almost kick this ball on the third or fourth tackle, wouldn't it? I mean, we're not really gaining much ground in this half.
Well, I think they'll be in for a shock in the second half when Jonathan Davis starts to kick the ball, because I'm sure Widnes won't waste the time, and they'll just spend the entire half, if they can, camped in the opposition's 22.
Well, Bishop elects to kick, and good running up there by Tierra Party. Good kick there from Paul Bishop, number 7 for St Helens. And we can see there, John, that despite 16-0, Widnes just slightly edged on territory. So it just shows how badly St Helens have kicked.
Yeah, they just haven't done enough with their possession, St Helens. As we can see now with the weather conditions too, with the rain starting to come down as well. So it's going to be a very, very tough second half for St Helens.
Yes, rain, as we can see there on our screens, sweeping down from left to right, driving into Widnes' faces. There's Holiday there, but good tackling there by Bernard Dwyer. Hard working forward, this number 9, ex-St Helens Colt. Davis. That's a mighty kick in this wind. To Beavers, well taken. Perfect catch from full-back there, Phil Beavers. St Helens, league leaders, and the team that have, until recent weeks, set the pace in Division 1, the Lancashire Cup winners already, and looking for the second final, but lots to do here. Forward. That's a good ball, almost interception, but it'll be a knock-on. Well intended by Paul Forbert. It would have been a good ball if he could have got that out, but well read there too by Andy Courier.
This is probably the ideal scrum to have a kick and chase straight from the scrum. I think, it'd be a good tactic.
But no, we find a strange sight of a prop forward there. George Mann slipped out into the standoff position, a tactic used by Mike McLennan many a time, but play on, says referee Holsworth. Bishop, that's a good ball to Cooper. Connolly now then, he's got some space on this outside. Oh, he just passed it inside. First tackle, and he passed it inside.
I think we can see there, Ray, that the panic stations have already started with the Saints. You know, they're not even thinking about playing the percentages, and they're just trying to throw the ball around.
Holiday. There's Holiday there, shouting for a little bit of support. And there, I think, John, is a good example of what you were saying in those handling errors. 7 to St Helens, 3 to Widnes.
Yeah, they always throw the ball around St Helens, but on a day like this, they're just taking too many chances.
Tate. Just 2 minutes left in this first half. Looking for some points from St Helens to get back, to give confidence as they go into that half-time. George Mann. Lopati trying to open up play here, but getting very, very difficult here at Central Park. Pitch holding up well. Forber, good strong bustling run there by Forber. Harrison. To Bishop. The little chip. Not quite. Interesting, Alex. Is there any comment down there on the bench about St Helens not really kicking this ball deep?
Well, you've got to worry about the tactics. I think the tactics from St Helens side is absolutely appalling. I mean, Shewlin should be putting this ball deep down in the Widnes half, and Widnes look as though they want to hold on to the lead, and they look a much better side.
Alan Tate doing well at full-back. Can't quite hold the ball there. Steve Wynn. And a penalty to St Helens. Steve Wynn interfering at the play of the ball, but we can see the rain there sweeping down here at Central Park, and that kick by Bishop gaining 45 yards. But now Saints on the attack. George Mann, one forward who could break the mid. Oh, it's an interception! A pass to Darren Wright. Good cover, good covering there. And there's the hooter. No further chance for Widnes. But 16 points to 0 for Widnes against the wind, against the rain. And surely coach Mike McLennan for St Helens has got a lot to do.
Leeds waiting for the winners, and it looks very much as if it will be Widnes. They're leading St Helens points to 0. Widnes just taken the field there, or the last 2 or 3, and waiting for us again, Ray French.
Yes, Bob, I think Widnes a little reluctant to come out in these conditions. It really is quite arctic up here in Wigan, but testimony to the skills of both these sides that we've had such superb entertainment. Both sides have changed their jerseys for better recognition, and also a change on the Widnes side. Phil McKenzie, the normal hooker, coming on for Imosi Kaloto. And we can see there the handling errors, I think, John, that's let Saints down on a few occasions.
Yeah, and they're going to have to push the pass a little bit more in this half as well. So, you know, they've really got it in front of them. They've got a lot of hard work to do, St Helens, if they're going to get back in this game.
We understand that Kaloto has a hamstring injury. Very painful for such a big 16-stone man. But there's number 15, Phil McKenzie. A fine player in his own right. He'd be glad to get on the field. And a good, I think, actually, would have been a good move, regardless of a hamstring injury, John, to have McKenzie on at this stage. Yeah,
had I been coaching either side, I think I would have brought them back. Instead of bringing the sin bin players back, I would have brought both my specialist hookers back at that time in the first half.
Steve Wynn, student from the Leeds Amateur Club, just making his way in the game. And Alan Tate having a very sound game at full-back. Really is not tested as he should have been at full-back. Any news at half-time from the benches, Alex?
Well, not really, Ray. I'd just love to have been a fly on the wall in the St Helens dressing room. Obviously, Mike McLennan, he'll have had to have really got stuck into the St Helens players. They've been a lacklustre performance in the first half, and really, you can say in the second half, where is this game going to be played? I wish I was Jonathan Davis, and I wish I knew what he was going to do, and I'll bet you it's all in there out.
Holiday. Richie Ayres, but Widnes electing to run, and it's Ayres, a good ball. Oh, hard work. Darren Wright, well intended from Richie Ayres, but Darren Wright just couldn't quite take it. So, scrum down. There'll be plenty of steam rising from that scrum, I think, as the game wears on, and it's Bishop's feed, Bishop's ball to Rapati. And Saints having to run this ball now against the wind. Youngster Connolly, surely a candidate for the Great Britain Tour this summer.
Yeah, I'm not still convinced that centre is his best position either, young Gary Connolly. You know, he's a good mover at fullback, and you know, he just likes that little bit more room to move.
Bishop looking for Rapati. Rapati, good break. No support. Should have had a couple of players coming along either side of him, but it's Saints now looking better. Bishop moving this ball to Cooper. No real effort in the kick. Well intended, but really it needed a stronger kick to pierce that cover. Mackenzie, good ball player, this hooker, almost like having an extra half back. Tate.
It's an interesting point, Ray, that the players always find it much easier to handle the ball in the running into the wind than they do going with the wind. So possibly we'll see St Helens handling improve, and the handling at Widnes not so good.
Davis, and that's the kick. The type of kick that I think we'll see him employ. Sullivan. The pitch beginning to churn up in that 25-yard area there. But Widnes quite content to keep St Helens down here. Harrison, good strong plunging run from this big 6'7" giant, second row. But Saints having to rely on these big men. Good ball from Ward. Look for support. That's Cooper. Good play by St Helens. That's the style of rugby they like to employ. Bishop keeping the team move forward. That's a good kick. It's interesting, John, that Bishop's now kicked twice in 2 minutes against the wind to good effect.
Yeah, I think the coach might have had something to do with that. I think it was a fact that he mentioned at half-time to the players.
So St Helens trailing 16 points to 0, but looking as if they've come out at least with determination to pull that back. Jonathan Davis, good battle there at standoff. The speedier Davis, the stronger Tia Rapati for St Helens. Holiday having a good game here around the rucks. There's Holiday. This tight game suits him, slips the ball. Paul Hume. Richie Ayres.
They've been able to exploit a few weaknesses down the blind side against St Helens. Widnes, they take it a couple of rucks towards the middle, and then they hit back along that short side, and they've found a lot of yards down there today.
And a sign of how bad it is underfoot there. Davis again to kick. A long one. Beavers allowing that Davis kick to roll dead. But of course it's still St Helens contained in the 25-yard area. Kevin Ward had a good powerful game at prop. Harrison.
See, they've just got such hard slog, haven't they, St Helens, to get the ball over the halfway line. So, and it only seems to take Widnes 2 or 3 rucks, and then they get the ball and we're back down that other end. So,
but that's a good kick from Phil Beavers, and that's a good chase from the St Helens three-quarter line. That's what St Helens have got to do. They've got to harry this Widnes side. Oh, good run there. Good run there by Mark Sarsfield. Another Widnes youngster playing instead of a Fire, currently on the transfer list at £700,000. Paul Hume, good dummy from Paul Hume. Can he get it away? He does to Holiday. Back inside. Good rugby. Interesting to see Holiday again there, and number 12, Richie Ayres. This back three for Widnes causing havoc. Widnes now on the attack to Hume. Hume again, he makes the break. Can he get it away? He does. Tate loses it. But again, adventurous play from Widnes.
Yeah, they made the main break again then down that short left-hand side. Hit it into the middle again and made another long break, which put them into that position down the far side. Here's Hume, just gets a little bit of room there, gets in behind the opposition. Good pass to Andy Courier. Andy Courier moves the ball on, and Alan Tate just couldn't handle it. But they're taking some good, they're taking some chances. And but again, here we are in that 22 area where St Helens are still making errors.
And of course, St Helens have got to move this ball. They are 16 points to 0 down. You can just see that rain driving into their faces. And all that Widnes have to do is to camp out down here and wait for the mistakes. Davis, will he have a go himself? He does. Not successful. Courier. To Darren Wright, the gaps are there. These two big centres for Widnes, Courier and Wright, proved dangerous to try a piece. But Widnes still under pressure. Les Holiday. Got to watch this lad, likes to slip the ball out of that right hand. Relentless pressure here from Widnes. Faimalo. Very short stride, but very powerful runner for the prop forward. Almost sprints like a halfback. Mackenzie! Well picked up by Phil Beavers. Good judgment by Beavers there, John.
Yeah, he was perfectly positioned for a fullback. He just followed the flight of the ball, watched where the ball was going, and he was there to pick the ball up.
Harrison. Saints in real trouble here. Difficult to get out of this position. The mud, the wind, the rain. A lot of heavy work for these forwards like Forber and Harrison. And Mike McLennan, he looks a worried man, this Kiwi coach, as in Helens. Cooper. Bishop, that's a good kick. Very, very good kick. Sends Widnes back. And good chasing by St Helens. And this is the position they must be in. This is where St Helens have got to play the rugby. Davis. I think we can see, John, conditions now very, very bad underfoot when some of these gifted backs can't even get a sidestep in.
Yeah, well, it's turned very slippery, and they're just exploiting that blind side time after time, aren't they, Widnes? They make a lot of yards, and one more ruck, all they need is a good kick, and we'll be back down in that St Helens 22.
Any signs, Alex, of any substitutions?
Well, I don't think there's any substitutions, but I would be thinking of bringing Paul Groves on if I was McClellan. But I cannot believe the tactics of this game. Paul Bishop in the first half has got a 50-mile-an-hour wind. He kicks the ball twice. A 50-mile wind against now, and he's kicked the ball 6 or 7 times. I just cannot believe the way these Helens are playing this game.
Well, tactics or not, it's 16 points to 0 for Widnes, but it's St Helens now having plenty of possession. Moving forward, Alan Hunt, large contingent of St Helens supporters, big crowd here, despite the weather. George Mann to Cooper. This is good play now by St Helens to Hunt. Good tackle. Excellent tackle there by Stevie Wynn on Tira Party. And offside. Ironic cheers from the St Helens crowd, and play on. Good ball. St Helens driving for this line. Oh, he's dropped it. Paul Bishop remonstrates with himself. He knew there was a big overlap on the outside there, but it really is difficult conditions.
Yeah, very hard to handle the ball, and wasn't a bad ball to Bishop. He's just dropped it in the conditions.
Widnes content just to drive it through their forwards. And you can see Kurt Sorensen though having great difficulty in keeping his feet. And I think, as you were saying, John, Widnes have made a few handling errors this half. With the wind, it is more difficult to pass the ball, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more difficult to catch and pass the ball running with the wind than it is to play into the wind. But, you know, to their credit, both sides are playing good rugby league, and there's still a little bit of ball movement.
Back to Davis. Again, another long kick by Davis, sending Culvivers back behind his own line. 70 yards. And there's the situation again. 15 yards from your line. A lot of work. Widnes very happy with this situation. St Helens desperate. Got to keep this ball moving. You were talking about Paul Groves recently, Alex. Any signs or movement?
Yes, I think we've now got a movement on the St Helens bench, and I've been very, very surprised that Mike McClellan never brought this fellow on in the earlier stages. He's a good football player, and he can really move the ball about.
Mike Riley, good run. Excellent run. That just shows what St Helens can do. It's not lost yet for St Helens. Still moving that ball. Play on, says Mr Holsworth. Bishop to Dwyer. Forber. Desperately throwing this ball around now. They've got to get some points on the board. Kevin Ward, it's still going. Good play to Cooper. He's got support. Oh, it's knocked down. Play on again. He's going for the line. It's Tierra Party. He gets it away and he's in. Magnificent handling. Unbelievable handling by St Helens. And Gary Connolly there. And that large contingent of St Helens supporters at last. Something to cheer about. That was a magnificent reply from the Saints. Just when we thought they were down, when we thought they were out, they put handling like that. Exhibition stuff.
Yeah, this is off-the-cuff rugby at its best. They, you know, they're renowned for keeping the ball alive, and Widnes have knocked the ball down on a couple of occasions, and when that happens, everybody tends to stop, which was the case then. But a beautiful, beautiful pass off the ground there from Rapati.
And here we can see the adventure, the skill, opportunism. The ball here is knocked down, but quick as a flash, it's picked up. No safety first, no thoughts of just hanging on. It's good play. We've got to get the points thanks to Rapati. And good support play from Connolly. He's in at the corner. We really are seeing some superb skills, some superb handling skills here. But no goal from Bishop, so 16 points to 4, but all not yet lost for St Helens. As Alex Murphy forecast, Paul Groves coming on for the big second row, Paul Forber. And of course, Alex, Paul Groves, again, a good footballer, a good handler.
He's obviously a very, very quick player from action halfback, and I think what they need now is, once one or two of these lads are tired in, Paul Groves has got a fresh pair of legs. He's very, very quick, and he's looking to break down the middle. But I'll be surprised now. Widnes look as though they're trying to move the ball about a little bit more than they should be, and I'm very surprised they're not playing the game down in St Helens half.
That's the sort of thing that gives coaches nightmares. I mean, they've just hit back. They've scored their first points of the game, and then they come up with an error from the kickoff. It's enough to give a coach a heart attack.
So Vivas to drop out beneath the posts. Not a very long one. Davis has plenty of options, just elects to take the tackle. Not really the conditions for gifted runners like Davis today. And there we can see the difference, John, in this second half.
Well, it's something that we tipped, isn't it? You know, that
St Helens, how much they've kicked in this second half as opposed to the first half. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, they just seem to have their game plan around the wrong way.
So David Hume, good burst by Hume. Powerful scrum half, strong scrum half. A knock on by brother Paul. Mr Holsworth showing no emotion at all, just quite content to blow his whistle occasionally. And Paul Groves there going into the centre. Rapati. To Cooper. Cooper coming into his own now, beginning to open out play. George Mann, that's a fine run from this prop. We said he could run. 40 yards there, and Saints now looking good. Kevin Ward, powerful prop, driving in. As St Helens decide 16 points to 4 for Widnes is not yet a winning score. Takes some handling, this Great Britain prop. And a penalty, offside. Offside. Jonathan Davis, offside there, tackling Paul Groves. So, St Helens on the attack.
Well, they certainly seem to have stepped up a gear, don't they, St Helens? They've kicked up a gear, and if anything, Widnes look a little bit like the first half effort might have taken a little bit out of them. Their forwards aren't going anywhere near as well.
If anything, Widnes looked a bit tiring, but it's Saints now. To Davis, to Cooper, oh, superb switching the ball. This is Rapati going for the line. He's got support. He's in. Yes. Oh, what a game in our hands now. Gary Connolly. He's in for the second try. And suddenly, St Helens go wild. Wonderful reply from St Helens. 2 tries there from this youngster Connolly. 16 points to 8, and Widnes are reeling. 13 tries this season from this young under-21's Great Britain star.
It was a nice little set piece, and George Mann came back on the angle here. He's looking for a straight runner, finds Rapati, who finds a little bit of room up the inside. Then he needs somebody on the burst. There's Connolly. A well-taken try.
And a very, very vital goal here for Bishop. He gets it. 2 points. And suddenly, from 16-0 down at half-time, we're now 16 points to 10. And Alex, this is anybody's game.
Well, obviously, St Helens have came back with 2 great tries, and they're really banging this game now. They're running more with the ball, and Widnes have stopped moving up and stopping tackling man and ball. And I think the problem's going to be now, can Widnes raise the game? Because St Helens are on a high, they're keeping the ball alive, and in the first half, where they were stopping the ball, the man passing the ball, they're now letting St Helens release the ball.
And here we see St Helens releasing the ball, and also quality support play there from Connolly. His second try of the afternoon. Beavers. And suddenly the Widnes forwards look to be tightening a little, John.
Yeah, I said that just before the try. I think just a little bit of the zip has gone out of their out of the forward play, and they were struggling a little bit. They've got to kick it up again now if they want to keep these St Helens forwards in check.
And this handling is unbelievable from these St Helens forwards. They're really moving this ball around like a hot potato. Bishop now putting the good kicks in down this left side. Not quite this time. So, the ball back. And still the rain and the wind relentlessly in St Helens' faces, but playing the best rugby of the afternoon. Widnes twice victors over St Helens in these Regal Trophy semi-finals. 16-10 in the lead, but a long time to go yet. Courier for Darren Wright. Cooper not putting his man down. Good tackle there, though. Holiday. Widnes perhaps deciding that they can't just sit back on their laurels now. They've got to play. They are doing. Sorensen. Good support play. Tremendous run from Richie Ayres. Oh, David Hume couldn't take it, but it's St Helens coming away now. Phil Beavers. Unbelievable rugby here in these conditions. Saints now in possession to Harrison. This big man, John Harrison, taking some pulling down now. Cooper. Well, I think I agree with referee Holsworth. The ball went straight through his hands. Man. Cooper distributing well now in midfield. Kevin Ward. Good ball to Bishop. These two prop forwards, Kevin Ward and George Mann, now beginning to create the gaps. Bernard Dwyer, and there goes Tierra Party. He's going to the line. He's got support. Oh, just look at that. A prop forward in support there after a 70-yard movement. But it's Saints on the attack. Phil Beavers picked up. And just look at Alan Tate there. He clings to that ball for dear life, as well he might, John, because this is a magnificent reply, isn't it, from the Saints?
Well, they've played much better rugby league in the second half, and the ball handling is great. It's attack and counter-attack. Both sides are really going for it. I felt Widnes just did lay back on their lead a little bit, and they thought they were just going to have to go through the motions and win the game. But you can't do that in First Division Rugby League. You know, both teams are good enough to win this game, and they're going to have to keep playing rugby league, Widnes. So
Davis puts to touch. Just that 6 points difference there between the two sides. 16 points to 10. Sorensen pounding in now. Faimalo needs a good 10 minutes now from these Widnes forwards. They commanded the game in the first half.
There's a few of those Widnes forwards haven't played for a while too, I'd say, and you know, this is one of the reasons why that they're possibly tired. But a nice little break from Mackenzie then, and once he starts getting out of dummy half like that, you know, you're in all sorts of trouble.
So Widnes on the attack. Davis, that's a good testing kick, good tester. Keeps play moving forward. Sensible play there by Jonathan Davis. Pushes St Helens back.
One thing about these weather conditions, if St Helens are going to get out of this game and win this game, they're going to have to do it spectacularly. It's going to have to be a length of the field shot or counter attack, and you know, will make for a spectacular finish if they can get out of trouble.
So Bishop moving the ball, but of course, if you move the ball as St Helens are doing, one drop pass, one that is lobbed in the air can often give an interception. And McLennan looks a little bit on edge, as he might well be. But what grand support he's had from his side here this afternoon, the way they've come back.
And that's what you're just talking about, Ray. You know, they're forced to move the ball around. It's the way St Helens play the game, and you know, they just took chances. They've dropped the ball in their own 22, and now they are under pressure.
So Widnes to put the ball in. Good run, good scrum. Has he got the pace? Gets the ball away. Good defence there by Sullivan, and good cover tackle from that big second row. Harrison. Widnes on the attack. Holiday, look for the short ball. He gets it. Paul Hume. Normally a second row, a powerful lad to be in the hooking position. Good tackle by Anthony Sullivan. Widnes looking to increase that lead. The long ball. Holiday again. The dummy goes for the line. Oh. Steve Wynn held up there on the outside. St Helens defence holding by Marlowe, the man who picked up that try in the first half. Powerful runner. Still Widnes on the attack. Knocked on, no, says Mr Holsworth.
The ball will have to go to Jonathan Davis soon, and when it does, I think something will happen.
Knock on. Well, I think it was going to Jonathan Davis, as you said, John, but Alan Richie Hurst came in. He was expecting it, but it's St Helens now coming away with the ball. Good run there by George Mann. These two prop forwards, Ward and Mann, really putting a huge effort in here. Saints, of course, got to go 90 yards. Need to move the ball about. 15 minutes left in this Regal Trophy semi-final tie. Both of these seeking to earn the right to play the Yorkshire side from Leeds. Alex, any news from down there on the dugout?
Well, it's getting a little bit tense on the Widnes bench, and they're now allowing St Helens to run with the ball. But I was talking to Mike McClellan before the game. He had no nails left before the game, so what is he like now? There is going to be a problem. Surely the Widnes, all they've got to do is control the game, control the ball and tackle.
Tate. Good play. What a good game David Humes had. 12 grand seasons, but all seems content and quiet on that Widnes bench. Players having great difficulty now in that mud. Alan Tate. Good run by Tate. Good pass. He's got Tate. Putting it away. Darren Wright. Good support play, and it's Widnes now coming back.
Again, Ray, they hit down that short side and found some more room.
So Widnes on the attack. This is again good open play. You'd think it was some of the way this ball was being moved around. Sorensen, good drive, look for support on the cross run. Paul Hume chests Kevin Ward, and Kevin Ward is up to the tackle. Like running into a brick wall, I would think. And is there to be a penalty? Yes, I think there is. A punch struck by Kevin Ward, according to Mr. Holsworth. And certainly Paul Hume suffering from that. I'm certain that Jonathan Davis will go for goal. Kevin Ward feeling aggrieved, but Mr. Holsworth's decision is final. Well, I don't think you need the magic sponge on a day like this, but it certainly revives Paul Hume. I would think there's enough water around Central Park here to last for the season.
It's not a bad 2 points either. They can kick this goal because it just takes them 8 points clear and just puts them out of that immediate danger. And he just muscled up a bit then, Kevin Ward. Paul Hume took him on physically, ran straight into him, and it was a bit of a battle of the giants, and Kevin Ward gave away the penalty.
So Davis with this penalty, does it take him 2 points? It does. 2 points for Jonathan Davis, stretches that lead, 18 points to 10 for Widnes, and gives Davis his 1,000 points in Rugby League. 12 minutes to go. St Helens a lot to do, and Davis the fastest 1,000 points in time. He beats Jim Sullivan from the 1920s, but of course Lewis Jones, the other former Llanelli Welsh lad, the shortest number of matches with 104 matches, but all credit to Jonathan Davis. What a success of switching codes. 1,000 points in less than 3 years. But I don't think he'll be bothered about that at the moment. I think the main thing on his mind will be these next 11 minutes. Can Widnes hang on, or can St Helens come back? Good play by Sorensen. And there it is. What a credit to that man. He came into the game January the 15th, 1989, and in less than 3 years, 1,000 points. And John, seems a new lease of life for Widnes now.
Yeah, it's amazing what a couple of points will do, but I'm sure everybody in Rugby League would like to congratulate Jonathan Davis on that. It's a marvellous amount of points that he scored in such a short time, and he's proved to be a great rugby player of both codes.
So George Mann says 10 minutes left, struggling to get this ball about, finding it very, very difficult underfoot to run, so they have to move the ball. I think I mentioned Carlaw Park earlier on in Auckland, New Zealand. Alex, you've played there. I think this is even worse now, isn't it?
Well, I think this is like sunbathing weather to Carlaw Park, but St Helens, really, they've got to keep the ball alive, they've got to take chances, and they've really got to take caution for the win, because they know they've got to score twice or 3 times to win this game. Widnes are really coming back a little bit now.
Alan Tate. Tate, good run, had a good game at full-back, this lad. Still going, not really put down yet, gets the ball away. In comparison, it is quite dry, if one can be dry here anywhere at Central Park, on that left flank, and it's the best place to attack from, John, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been hitting the blind side all day, and they'll probably take it infield again and hit back down that short side.
Paul Hume, one pass too many. George Mann worked hard. Must be a few tired legs in these in the all well taken by Cooper, and a good pass out. Alan Hunt, as I was saying, there must be some tired legs here in these players, especially in these forwards. And as we can see, Widnes dominated the possession there, John, and of course with the points.
Yeah, they have got the points, and they've had the field position, and they've, you know, they've kicked the ball good today, and they haven't put themselves under a lot of pressure. And when there's been points on offer, they've taken the points, so they've taken their chances as well.
But all credit to both of these sides. When we kicked off, there was a feeling we might have a mud-spattered negative game, but we've certainly not seen that. We've seen attacking skills and handling of the highest order. Hume, Richie Ayres. Marlow loses the ball. So just 8 minutes left. The difference between the two sides, just 8 points. And Helens, of course, though, needing to score twice. Bishop, they'll have to move this. They'll have to get this ball out for the wings. Alan Hunt. Not had many opportunities to show his paces, that former Eastmoor Amateurs lad. Rapati.
Now, it's hard to remember a clean St Helens backline. Gary Connolly's come up with a couple of tries, but other than that, the centres haven't really seen much orthodox type backline play. It's mainly been contained in the forwards. And
there's a good run, and there's that man Connolly again. He's going for the corner. Has he got the support? Good run. And a good cover tackle from Widnes, but it's St Helens on the attack. Dwyer a little reluctant to take the ball there. Back to Vivers. Vivers look for support. He finds it to George Mann again. Oh, they can even recognise each other's jerseys, beats me in this weather, but still the handling continues. Just on that 25-yard line, the fifth tackle. It's a good ball. Sullivan's on it. No, it just rolls dead. I would have thought, John, a high ball might have been worthwhile there.
Well, a high ball into this sort of wind will hang up there for a long time and move around a lot. They've probably got a little bit of work to do on their kicking game, St Helens. They haven't kicked the ball very well at all.
As we can see here, the well-intended, well-kick by Bishop. Judge for that corner. Sullivan, very, very quick. One of the fastest wingmen in the game, but the ball just beating the part of them. Touch. Huge roar from the Widnes fans as the ball, from the St Helens fans, sorry, as the ball goes into touch. And a late substitution at this stage, Alex. Mark Bailey.
Yes, we have. We've got Mark Bailey on down here for young Alan Hunt. He looks as though he's limping very badly, Alan Hunt, and this is, I think, St Helens' last throw of the dice. They've got to attack, they've got to keep the ball alive. This game's not over yet, but I would think, you know, the man of the match is going to be won by somebody who works very, very hard at this game. And for all it's worth, I think Les Holliday and Alan Tate are my two for the front runners.
Mr. Holsworth just saying shut it to Paul Bishop. And there is Alan Hunt taking a well-earned rest with Paul Fobber.
Yeah, I think the point was he missed a knock on there at the play the ball and looked over to his touch judge, got the right signal from his touch judge and then pulled him up for the knock on. But you know, it's good to see the referees and the touch judges working together.
And that was a good tackle there from Shane Cooper. Just 5 minutes left. St Helens trailing by 8 points, 18 points to 10. Paul Hume, these two Hume brothers had a good, strong game. Ideal conditions for them. To Sorensen. Good pass.
just a lot of credit to St Helens that, you know, everybody had them written off at 16-0, and we said, you know, they're in a lot of trouble, and, you know, we didn't know how they were going to get out of trouble. We felt that Widnes were going to run up a lot of points, and they've come back. So, you know, you just can't take anything for granted in First Division Rugby League nowadays.
Bailey gets his clean jersey dirted. That's a good ball. And all credit to St Helens. They haven't just decided to accept defeat. They've carried on playing. They've played adventurous rugby. But so have Widnes. And so has this man. Alan Tate made some penetrating runs from the full-back position. To Paul Hume, sensibly taking the ball on the blind side now. From the acting half-back position. Passing time on. Sorensen.
Kept hitting down that short side, and they've, you know, they've come up with a lot of breaks today. But the ball will go to Jonathan Davis in a moment. He'll kick the thing back into that in-goal area, and St Helens will have the ball with 90 yards to go again.
So here we see Davis. No, he goes for the little chip, but good cover. Oh, and well picked up by Paul Bishop in conditions like that. But Saints must move this ball around. Minutes ticking away. Bernard Dwyer, good run. Three minutes, just moved inside, 3 minutes left. Saints 8 points adrift. Beavers, little panic setting in now. Widnes know they've just got to move up, lie up, lay flat, and put the tackles in. Back to Cooper. Still they keep this ball moving. And again, Bishop again. Good pass. David Hume content just to hold this ball. Andy Currier. Good run by Saints. So Saints still not giving up. 2 minutes to go. The kick, the chase. Well picked up by Alan Tate, the man of the match, and I would think so. I don't think many would disagree with Alan Tate there. He's put the tackles in, he's caught the ball, and he's played those penetrating runs. Former Kelso and Scottish player. Widnes. I think Alan Tate, Alex, a very good decision.
Well, leave it with the lads. They can know and read this game. Alan Tate's had a magnificent game, and so has Widnes. Well, let's not take nothing away from St Helens. They've competed, they've had a great second half, and only if they'd have done the same in the first.
Yes, but of course, rugby league is littered with tales of if only. And here now, Davis elects to sidestep. The kick. Good cover. Good cover, Darren Wright. Smooth Saints moving this ball again. Bishop to Bailey. And there it is. There's the hooter. St Helens just not able to snatch those points back. The Widnes fans who followed them in this wind and rain rewarded. 18 points to 10, and Widnes extend their record number of final appearances now to 8 and record a third Regal Trophy semi-final defeat of St Helens. John Harrison downhearted and upset, but he shouldn't be. He's given his all, as every man jack of these two sides. Widnes now going on to meet Leeds in the final on Grandstand on Saturday, January 11th, and I think a great final in prospect. St Helens players trudging off there, but what a second half they've had. Phil McKenzie I think he'll be glad to have got back in that second half. And Alan Tate, the man of the match for Widnes, congratulating the rest of the players. He came up well, he came up on attack. Kurt Sorensen, almost, dare I say, number 8 there, the veteran stage of his career, but still enough. And Jonathan Davis, the man who today grabs 1,000 points and who knows, possibly on his way to yet another 1,000 points. He had difficulty putting the goals over, but he did manage at least 3 of those kicks. All credit to him, and Alex is just having a word with him now.
Well, Jonathan, congratulations. This is the 3rd time looking.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a psychological thing for us. You know, it's the 3rd time for us to come here. You know, we play 3 times within a month now, and, you know, we're 1 up.
But also, just to break a record, you were into the final, and breaking that record, you must be a very proud man.
Yeah, after missing one in front of the post, you know, I thought, oh, I'm never going to break it, but it's great for the lads, it's great for the fans, and we look forward to Leeds now.
Well, I think you've played well, and I think that question will come up on Team Talk. Who missed this goal many, many times? Jonathan, thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Cheers, lads.